Hey Susan, how you doing? No, it's not bad actually, right at 32. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad, Susan. I can see why you think it looks bad, but not really bad. No, surprising actually. Oh, 50? Yeah. Where are you? Where are you located? Oh, okay, California. These winters around here for quite a while have been really mild. You know how it is. What am I telling you out in California? Weather's changed. I mean, temporarily anyway. If you look back in time, they've had climatological differences before. So, well, who knows, If you look at the Farmer's Almanac for 2020, 21, you have a hard time not laughing your ass off. It's so off base and inaccurate. They need to retire that thing now. Oh, okay. You're out there near any good vineyards? Hey, Claude, how you doing? Good. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, they're getting better. The first couple times I tried it was disastrous. I don't know if you've messed around with the GoPro, but it's to me, it's like 1,000 times harder to get to learn than a regular nice camera. The settings are touchy. It's just a pain in the ass. Up until today, most of the stuff would come out upside down. All you got to do is barely touch that screen. But I think I got it down pretty good now. Yeah. Okay, Susan. Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, for what I bought it for, I got it down pretty good now. I've learned that to make sure exactly what you think, like yesterday as an example, I had it all set up, or the day before, had it all set up, playing around with it on my desk, get all the settings, lock the screen, go out there, spend a couple hours, come back, and everything's upside down. Photos you can switch, but video you can't. So it's like, God, how did this happen? Sure enough, I go in the settings and it's been changed. So I figured out how to make sure I'm going to get what I'm looking at as I record for sure, rather than assume that it was like it was the last time I looked at it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting underwater. I mean, I really got it to get the ice flows in the Great Lakes, but it's been such a mild winter. I really don't have the opportunity yet, but I will get it before the winter's over, which is what I got that for. I bought an auger that I can drill holes in the ice, which is surprising. I mean, a lot of people are using gas-powered and electric augers now, and I thought that, well, it must be hard to drill through ice with these hand cranks. It's not at all. About 3 or 4 cranks, and you're through 6 inches of ice in 5 seconds. Super easy. I can't believe it. Yeah, really worked out well. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Yeah, worked out good. Oh my God, the GoPro is like the worst. I'm not kidding you. What a nightmare. Seriously. Isn't it beautiful underneath there now? I could take some stills of it someday, but that springs that I took, it looks like something you'd seen in a Disney movie. It's like that all year long. There wasn't any ice on top because the water comes out underground and it's warmer. But it's beautiful. I mean, it looks like it looks like a beautiful fish tank. It's like that all the time. There used to be a lot more coins in there. I don't know whether somebody climbs down in there during the warm weather and takes them all or what. But it's really a beautiful natural spring, Ogama Springs. That's where like the early settlers of the county I live in went for their water supply. And here it's still there, just as good as ever. Good, Robert. But I think to me, I don't know why, I'm not an ice fisherman, but there's something about looking underneath the water when it's ice on top that's fascinating to me. Yeah, actually, I got a book on an octopus. I haven't read it yet. There's a guy that wrote a book, Klaus, called Other Minds. Look it up, Other Minds, and it's about octopus. That's not the book that I have, but what a fascinating creature. Yeah. Now, those were the places that I got. I labeled them. One was the spring, freshwater spring. One was the river near me, the West Branch, which is very shallow. And then the other was Lake George, where I take Daisy swimming in the summer. That's actually a pretty deep lake. I purposely drilled a hole relatively close to the shore because I think if you get out there where it's deep, if you don't see the floor of the lake, it doesn't really look too good. It's when your brain interprets, hey, there's the bottom, there's the ice. Isn't this cool looking? As opposed to like trying to figure it out by just looking at water and no reference point. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? Well, I'm going to get a lot better water, I'll tell you that. I will get the Great Lakes. I can't wait. This is what I'm thinking about. Hey, Lana, send me your address too. Email it to me. What I'm thinking about is on a bright sunny day where you got a lot of light and you got big chunks of ice getting crammed down like the Detroit River because you've got, all the lake ice comes down and gets funneled through Lake St. Clair and then it gets smaller and smaller. So even if you have a pretty mild winter, you're still going to get quite a bit of ice for a couple of weeks in the spring. So my thinking is to video record these bright chunks of ice just from the bottom, like looking up. That's really what I've been thinking about the whole time. I mean, this is fun today, but I got bigger plans for it, you know? Oh, octopus. It's so interesting, you know, when you look at invertebrates. I'm reading a book on water last night. They were talking about tension. It's called convex meniscus. It's like when you look at water and how it rises on the sides on a cup, or when you dip a paintbrush into paint, how the paint goes upward as it touches the hairs of the brush. It's called convex meniscus. But anyway, in this book, this guy was talking about different things with regard to water and stuff. There's one mammal that cannot swim at all. One mammal that can't swim. And guess what it is? It's 41, Lana. Don't send anything to me, though. Don't send anything to me. Yeah, the ice fishing hasn't been very good this year. You know? Yeah, but don't send me anything, Lana. Yeah, yep. Really cool. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it'd be really cool. There's a YouTube video on where a guy, it walks, right? Yeah, it does walk. Yep. There's a YouTube video where a guy's a zookeeper and he feeds this big octopus. Thing comes out and sticks its suction cups all over him. It'd be so cool to experience something like that. Yeah, I agree, Klaus. Yeah. I think about 25. I measured the water today, 25 where I was at. 20 is pretty cold. There's a lot of reasons why water doesn't freeze. Movement is one. Impurities is another one. And that's usually what it is. And of course, temperature. But as long as water is moving, like where I took the video of Iron Spark, that water can be really cold. It's not going to freeze. Yeah, it's surprising. There's people that leave me nasty comments that say that if the water was 28, it'd be frozen. That's not true. Yeah, and you got about 10 minutes in there before you're not going to be able to paddle around anymore. I got you 2 cans of that, Lon. $25, Lon. 25, yeah. Yeah, that was the same place, just a little further up, Lon. Yeah, same place, just a little deeper. There was about 20 mallard ducks there today. Hey, Dolly, how you doing? Yeah, I'll get a lot better ones soon. That's just getting really today's was practice. I'm glad I did too because they would have looked. With the normal camera, I'm pretty confident about. But at least GoPros, like I said, man, the learning curve is stiff. That's why you run into a lot of people that buy GoPros that never use them because they open the manual. Because it's mostly women down there, you dumbass. That's why. It's mostly women. Does that ring any bells? Oh, you like them? Oh, thanks, Dolly. I'll get a lot better ones. This dumbass wants to know why the interviews are overwhelmingly the majority of them are women. Women, working girls, prostitution, men don't walk the street. Hello? You ever had your IQ checked? That's why. Yeah, well, I'll give that to you. It's actually a book about water, but he talks about molecular attraction to the difference between the tension of the water and the glass. If you dip a paint in a brush, how it like the paint it will go upwards, and they talk the difference between absorbing water and wiping water, and how you can crush droplets of water that will come back to form like different shapes like in a minute later. It's super interesting. I'll get you the title of it tomorrow, but it's on water. It's not on light. Yeah. Hey, Jameson. You're so stupid, Ann. What a dumb question. Do you sit around all day long trying to think of something that dumb, or does it come naturally? Hey, Grandma, how you doing? What a fucking dumbass. Why do I interview women mostly? I mean, why do you put air in your tires in your car when you drive? Do you know that? Hey, Mary, how you doing? That's right. Don't answer that dumbass, Mary. Hey, Jameson, how you doing? So I'm looking forward to it, man. I was thinking when I came back, and my first 2 days of recording underwater were absolutely disastrous. Pissed me off, froze my ass off. Not today, but yesterday. Film's all upside down, sucks. I was so pissed off. I got it figured out now. But I think how cool it'd be to where they feed the alligators down in Florida. There's tarpon down in Key West. Put the camera down there when tarpon are swimming around. It'd be so fun. I tried to get the ducks paddling around, but they were too leery. Oh, hey, Jameson, it's all good. How you doing? It was a lot of fun, though. I'll tell you that. Once you got it down, if you buy something with the idea of what you want to do with it, and it doesn't work out, it's not fun. It takes the fun out of it. I'm like the worst guy in the world to be around when something's not working. I'm telling you, total lunatic, bitching, screaming. I bitch at my wife, and I haven't lived with her in 22 years, and I haven't seen her since 2007. Lacy, she hangs in there. I'm gonna talk to her again tomorrow. It's the difficulty of addiction, man. It's just we've talked about it on here a lot. It's you're out there, it's dead down there. She got out of 2 cars with guys today. Everybody says, well, why aren't they going to rehab? Rehab sucks. The kind of rehabs those girls get into. Now you can say, well, it's better than nothing, or they're making excuses. Well, there's an element of truth to that. But it also sucks. It's bare bottom, money making, government reimbursement scams. 1 out of 1,000 people come out of there and get to where you'd like them to be. This isn't like celebrity rehab. It's not just this big catch all for success. You get down in the hole, you get on this goddamn heroin, you start messing around with crack, you're having sex with these guys, the cops are messing with you, you're sleeping in abandoned homes. It's hard to get out of. And like I've discussed with her and Sharon, so let's say you wave a magic wand over their head. You're not on heroin anymore. You're not doing crack. You're not doing prostitution. You don't have an apartment. You don't have a car. You don't have a decent paying job. The big number one thing, I was thinking of this, I just bought some stray cats a bag of food. I give them, man, that asshole for good, Dolly. I feed them beef jerkies when I get my lottery tickets, so I keep forgetting I just bought them a thing of cat food. But what I was thinking is, it's just, you wave a magic wand over the head, they're not on drugs, you're 40 years old. It's this ID. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but there's something going on with this ID stuff. And I just can't believe it's all linked to 9/11. Once you get, they got your ID to get you in prison. They got your ID to arrest you. They got your ID for your methadone, and they can't get you ID to get a driver's license or a state ID card. I mean, something's not adding up here. Like this Illuminati bullshit. There's just too many people that can't get ID for not enough reasons, if you ask me. And as nuts as it sounds, without ID, you're screwed. Now, you can say, well, they're just using it as an excuse. That probably happens too. I mean, this is a revolving target. There's all sorts of factors, which is why you can never tell who's going to make it and who isn't. Now, what I offered to Lacy is like, look, I know people in other states. How about I just get you shipped out of here, take you down there? Well, she's on parole, so you can't do that. They use 911 so the government, well, like, give me an example, Grandma. Give me an example. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's a shitty life. I mean, big time. And, I don't know what to tell you. It's a high burnout. I mean, I'm burned out. I haven't felt that good either, man, especially the last few days, man. I'm not feeling good. Today I signed up, I qualified for Medicare, which I got my birthday. And now I just bought the supplement today. Dolly, you're not in this. Anybody that's heading towards 65, I figured this all out. What a pain in the ass. This is the bottom line. As it turns out, you're thinking, oh, once I get Medicare, I won't need insurance. Well, that's sort of true. And let me tell you why. Medicare, of course, is a federal program. Okay. So, you can get A and B, which is hospital and doctor coverage, but nobody needs to write you the supplement, which is just like any other kind of insurance, which is also offered by the government, but sold through private companies. Here's the bottom line. $380 a month for me, plus prescription, which is $25. So I'm looking at $400 a month with, relatively good health. That's what Medicare is offering me with a supplement. So, I mean, on one hand, the worry's gone about, not having enough money to get some kind of elective surgery. On the other hand, I'm right back into the same shit bucket I was when I had insurance, which was a $5,000 deductible. So when you're 65, if you were going to be 65 next month, that's what it's going to cost you a month, and that's what it's going to cost your spouse a month. $400 each right now. No discounts, no nothing, no AARP, none of that horse shit. $400 a month. Yep, it's the way it is. Now they can take it out of your Social Security. I'm not getting mine out of my Social Security because I don't get Social Security yet. So there you go. That's the way it goes. And here's another thing for anybody near 65. You only have 6 months to get that. 6 months to get that medic to fill that stuff out. And if you miss that timeline, on the A and B, there may be a way around that, but it's not long. But on the supplement, if you don't get the supplement, you'll never cover that other 20%. And when you're retired with the way inflation and hospital bills are, 20% could bankrupt your ass. That's why I got it. So that's just the way it is. But, at least, I don't need to worry about like elective heart surgeries or something. I doubt they're going to be doing a brain transplant or organ transplant. They basically wrote that all off, which makes sense. This is kind of the herd mentality. I was on the Humane Society board for a while, which was a terrible experience. And you'll learn there, whether you like it or not, you sink your money into the young adoptable animals, not the old ones that are about ready to kick the bucket that nobody feels like adopting. There's how you'd like to see things and how they really happen. If you want to learn a lot about yourself, go get on the board of a Humane Society. Before I was on it, I thought that no-kill shelters were the way to go. That's how ignorant I was. And then I became educated in, animal husbandry on a social level. And I learned a lot. And I realized that no-kill, anybody that says they're no-kill has a major screw loose. It's not reality. It's not. It's like pie in the sky. You can't effectively run a humane society and be no-kill. I know that sucks. And I'd be glad to explain it to you if you want, but that's the way it is. You end up becoming a zoo. All of a sudden, after 3 years, you've got all these old dogs and one-legged cats that nobody wants to adopt, which is sad. I get this. But the idea is to provide a facility to adopt out adoptable animals. People adopt babies. They don't adopt 45-year-old individuals. It's the same with pets. So what you then eventually end up conceding to is providing a clean facility, vaccinating everything, educating people, doing your due diligence on who gets the animals, keeping them up to snuff, putting the chip in them so when they find them running 100 miles down the road a year later because these people were too lazy to tie them up or put them in a fenced yard, you make sure they can never adopt from you again. There's so much bullshit connected to this, you wouldn't believe it, that I would not have known about had I not worked with these idiots. Oh yeah, here's the worst thing you can have. Hey Stephanie, here's the worst thing you can have. You be in a humane society, you got these people, you got retirees, they don't have kids, they made a lot of money, whatever. And they think they're going to come in there and they're going to walk on water and they're going to tell you how to run this agency. And you're always kissing ass for money because there just isn't enough around. You can get grants and stuff like that. And some places have millages. Others have special assessments. It's always a barely funded ass kissing endeavor. So you got somebody that comes along with some money. And these are the kind of people that start telling you that in order for you to get your $50,000 next year, you're not going to be able to euthanize any animals. Well, there you go. Right back into the shit bucket again. Yeah, it's not what you're thinking, You're describing the Humane Society. That was probably one of my worst experiences ever. I couldn't wait to quit from that thing. Just like I said, it's pie in the sky. And then once in a while, it's a thankless job. You get people that get elected to the board that are pie in the sky people, and they're just a complete nightmare. If they had their druthers, they'd have the whole thing filled up with cats that had about a year to live that nobody would ever adopt because they just think that's the way things should be run. It's ideology. It's, one thing I'll credit them for, I learned a lot. And I don't have to be the guy now to pull the trigger on 5 old cats that have been in a cage for 2 years. Same reason I don't hunt. It's not fun for me. I don't enjoy killing things as a hobby, even though I do eat meat and fish. I don't enjoy giving the okay to euthanize 900-year-old cats, but it's necessary to make space for young adoptable kittens that get dropped off by the hundreds a month. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Hey, now how are you? Well, it's like anything. There's how you'd like it to be, like marriage, and how it really is. I mean, what the hell ever happened till death do us part? And I'll tell you, the death of having fun. I mean, you got these ideas, and then you mature, and you learn things, and it's not static; it's evolving. It's like the solar system. It's change. No, not much. We've had a mild winter, Teresa. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a mild winter. Oh, good, man. Oh, want a kitten? Isn't that the truth? I just bought these stray cats a big bag of food. I keep forgetting I get my lottery tickets there. Nobody there this time of night. Hey, Faye. And these cats always come out, and they don't like people, but they're hungry, so they're hoping you're going to give them something. And when I was checking out at Walmart tonight, even though I'd already went to the Shell gas station, the girl said, "Oh, I bought Daisy some food." She said, "Oh, you have a dog?" And I said, "I have cats." And I said, "I'm glad you brought that up. Can I go back there and get a bag of food?" So I went and bought a bag of food for them. Cute little cats. I mean, that's a problem mankind's created. Statistically, and I don't know how they ever proved this, but I've read it more than once, that 1 in 10 birds' lives end from a feral cat. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's true, and I don't know how you crunch that data, worldwide. If you notice when I took that black and white video and I put that Joni Mitchell music to it, you'll notice there's that pickup when I first pulled in there before I came up to the bird observatory. The first thing I always think when I see a truck like that, I always think, God, I hope somebody didn't fall through the ice and drown. But I was talking to a guy. That's part of the reason why I put music over that video, because I was talking to a guy when I was shooting a little video of those snoogies. But that guy was out trapping muskrat. Evidently, they've got this dog-proof trap. But anyway, the first thought I had was I felt bad for the muskrats. Something out there, Mother Nature trying to survive, and they're walking into a trap. For what? I mean, synthetic fur is better than natural fur now. There's way better warming qualities. And then I started thinking about like an injured muskrat and nobody out there to help it. I mean, this is my thought process when I think of this guy back there trapping. Oh, there's a phobia for that, Grandma. Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to trap. Yeah. I'll tell you what'll do a job on birds is raccoons. This guy seemed pretty knowledgeable out there, and he said they go through and clean out the raccoons in the spring sometimes. Anytime mankind's involved in anything, I'm suspicious about. That a girl, Faye. Now tomorrow's the big one, 960 million. Forget about the mega, forget about the Powerball. Someone won that last night. One person in Maryland, a little tiny coal town. Good for them. You want to get a couple of megas for tomorrow night. Forget the Powerball. It's the only decent pot left. Yeah, Blue Jays are a part of the Crow family. Oh, do you? It's probably a good idea, Cat. You get a puncture wound from a cat here, and it's a 3-day hospital stay. Hey, All Black, how you doing? Yeah, they did in Maryland. They won the Powerball. Yeah, now we have a big party. I've been up in the UP before when most Blue Jays will move further north. I mean, they'll stay around for the winter, but they'll move further north into Canada in the spring. I've seen Cooper's Hawks up there in the Mackinac Strait just pick those things out of the air like it was nothing. They didn't know what hit them. Oh, beautiful beaches. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, don't be mean to birds, Grandma. They're not nasty birds. The starlings came from Europe. Starling's my favorite bird. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Ravens, we have a lot of ravens and starlings up here. Just fascinating birds. Oh, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, Grandma. You wouldn't do it for long if we saw you doing it. We'd duct tape your mouth and kick your ass off the Ambassador Bridge. That's what would happen. Yep. So I guess it's a good thing you don't know how to shoot. Nobody would hear you screaming on the way down because your mouth would be duct taped. She is a bad grandma, you're right. Well, the other birds are good too. Oh, the winter coat or when their beak's real yellow for breeding. I'm telling you, man, I've spent thousands of hours. I love birds. I read about birds. And that's an example of where mankind and his biased, subjective opinion about everything. I mean, I think a bald eagle is a beautiful bird, really, but it's also a real pussy bird. Without mankind's intervention, it struggles. If it falls in the water, it'll drown itself. A little bit of chemicals, their eggs get thin, they won't produce offspring for years. It's not a tough bird at all. It's a paper tiger. When's the last time you saw a starling fly into a window or get hit by a car? Never. Yeah, robin's Connecticut state bird, Michigan state bird, and I think Wisconsin state bird. Yeah. Yeah, they're very protective. They're smart birds. Yeah, there's somebody feeding cardinals over there at Collis Point State Park. These people I ran into were telling me, they said like 100 of them show up and eat at the same time. I would like to see that, but just haven't caught it, Yeah, they're very skittish birds that come out at dusk. Hey, Cynthia, how you doing? Oh, I love seagulls. Seagulls are good. Without seagulls, there'd be shit laying all over the beaches. They're the best flying scavenger that ever lived. You need to rethink that, Ethan. They're great scavengers. Rivers and lakes and streams would look like dumps without seagulls. Hello, Emily. Yeah, so that's 3 states, Robin, Connecticut, and Michigan. They migrate at night, Faye. Did you know that? They do all their migration at night. They're omnivore. You'll eat bugs, berries, anything. Oh, a bluebird, no kidding. Where, Cynthia? Were you drinking? There shouldn't be any bluebirds around here today. Way too early. Oh, I believe it, Linda. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're super smart birds. I love city pigeons. Fantastic flyers. Pigeons are beautiful. Hey Casey, how you doing? I love hummingbirds. Unfortunately, we only get the ruby-throated hummingbirds here, which is a beautiful bird. You ever want to read something interesting? Read about when they migrate. They double their weight, and that little bird flies all the way across the Gulf of Mexico. That's pretty damn impressive. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that, Brown. Yeah, I love blackbirds. Yep. Yeah, they're noisy too, peacocks. I mean, they're beautiful birds, but they're very noisy. Yeah, there shouldn't be any bluebirds though in January. You know that Master Gardener is a weekend class. Did you know that? It's like a 10-hour class. I just found that out about a year ago. I mean, you could be a Master Gardener by this time next week. Yeah, where do you live, All Black? You know, the Monarchs, depends what side of the Continental Divide they're on. Which I don't know if you know this or not, is the watershed, which way the water goes. I've watched a lot of people get that wrong on Jeopardy. It's the east or the west side of the United States. The west side of the United States, those monarchs breed in California. The east side, they go to Mexico. Oh, the distances birds cover is like mind-boggling. Oh, it was a weekend class. Oh, did it really, Brown? Huh? Huh. Oh, okay. I like all birds. There's a snowy owl that's patrolling around Tawas Point. I haven't seen it, so that lady was telling me about it. This guy's trying to tell me he was looking for mallard ducks. That's bullshit. There's no snowy owl that's going to attack a mallard duck. Yeah, I had 3,000 pairs of birds at one time, Klaus. 3,000 pairs. Yeah, you gotta watch that. When you're around birds, wear a mask. That powder is really tough on the alveoli and the inside of your lungs. Not really, Casey. They fly. I've watched them in tunnels before. It's a wing with lift and drag, and it's a legit wing. They meet all the components with lift through flapping their wings. Yeah, 3,000 pair. Yeah. I had lots of hundreds of them. Hundreds of them. Yeah. Hundreds of cages. Yeah. Yeah, it's Daisy snoring. Yeah, I love when the birds come in for spring. We get a lot of pine siskins and pine sparrows early in the spring. I always feed them. Yeah, 3,000 pairs. I had 3,000 pairs. Super loud, proud kookaburras. Super loud. I never had any, but I know somebody that did. Hey, Golok, how you doing? He's a great dog. Yeah, there's a proud mention that there's people have phobias about flying birds. Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, I knew I got the first part, the 21st and the 21st, but I forgot about the 21st century. Oh, from the movie The Birds? Oh, okay. I photograph birds whenever I can. Even like just seagulls flying and everything. I love them. Hey there, how you doing? Yeah, it's a good movie, actually, The Birds. Yeah. Did you happen to see my ice auger that I bought to drill my holes in the ice? It was like 65 bucks on sale. Man, I can't believe how easy that cuts through the ice. Just like two, three or four twists and you're through. And you don't have to push down. You think you'd have to be leaning on it. You don't. It goes right through. Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know what interests me about that so much. Drilling holes in the ice randomly and looking underneath there, but it does. It's crazy. You know, that ice isn't that thick. That's what's so weird is the ice was about 5 inches a week ago, and we've had cold weather, and it's still 5 inches, which says to me where I was at that there's springs under there. There's some movement. You look at those the video that I took. Can you imagine falling through the ice and then banging your head trying to come back up and looking around and seeing what that camera showed you while you were running out of air? Hey, Vern. Yeah, they eat a lot, kookaburras, and they're super ear piercing noise. No, not yeah, but I got a hand powered auger. It's nothing, man. 3 seconds, I'm through 6 inches of ice. No, I know they do that up in Wisconsin, but they're protected around here because it's mostly satellite programs. They put some in the Detroit River. They're around. I've never seen one. I don't know how anybody want to stab a little fish like that. I mean, I would like a fish tank, but to be honest with you, I don't like the idea of taking. Hey, Virginia, I don't like the idea of like taking fish and putting them in some little bullshit tank. There's something lost there. It's not natural. Anything, I don't like caging anything. Nope. Yeah, I've been through that crowd. Yeah, I go through that too. Yeah. I mean, I do think that the human body is set up for a heavy protein requirement, but there also are studies that show red meat relating to colon cancer and cholesterol and those kind of things. So, it's one of these things like, what are you going to do? Hey, Penny, how you doing? I mean, I eat fish and meat, and I wouldn't hunt, you know. Yeah, the fishing has been really slow here. I purposely went in shallow places so you could see the bottom and there'd be a lot of light. The fish, I don't think you're going to see in this environment because they're down deep, and the only time you're going to see them is following a piece of bait. I mean, I could be wrong on this. I do see them swimming around in the summertime, and you think, what's the difference? No, tomorrow I'm going to stay here. I got to get an oil change. I got a brake making noise. I mean, if there was some ice, if we got some wind out of the east, which is unlikely, and I could get some of that Lake Huron ice up against the shore, I would, but the conditions aren't too good for me right now. That is hot cat, yeah. Pigeons and doves, they eat them a lot of places, yeah. That's another aberration on mankind. They totally and completely wiped out the passenger pigeon, which used to breed in Michigan, by the way. Not one damn passenger pigeon left. People blame it on hunters. Now, they certainly didn't help, but it was commercial interests that wiped out the passenger pigeon, not traditional hunting. Hey, Spartan Dan, how you doing? Oh, good. Yeah, I'm gonna get a lot better ones. I'm just practicing, you know. Oh, big time ice dangerous, yeah. No, I didn't. I didn't have anything good to eat today. I've been eating these lox bagel sandwiches. Isn't that crazy? The passenger pigeon, not one left. Yeah, it's not even like legit seafood, red lobster. Yeah, they do that up here too. Yeah, they do it up here. Yeah. You lose a snowmobile or something in there, you got to get it out of there. Pigeons are amazing. When you look at a pigeon, how they maneuver inside a commercial parking garage, it's pretty damn impressive. Barn swallows are impressive flyers as well. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I forgot to ask that lady. I talked to her the other day, the lady that owns that. I don't know whether I just never noticed shredded beef nachos or they're new. But they're good. It's better than ground beef, I think. It's a better taste. She told me they're busier than they've ever been. Have you ever talked to her, the lady that owns that place? Really a nice woman. Oh, thanks. There's a healthy flock of mallard ducks over at the park today. About 20. No, you talking about? I didn't think they had beans there. I didn't even know they had guacamole. I buy their chips all the time. I bring them back for people I know here. I didn't even know they had guacamole. Yeah, she's a sweet lady. Her husband just died about 4 years ago. Yeah, I just haven't got around to doing it yet. I just haven't felt like going down there. I haven't felt that great, to be honest with you. I know a guy that was a marble collector, you know, a plain marble vintage collector. He lived in Kansas City, Missouri. He just died here about 10 years ago at the age of 90. And I asked him one time at a meet what was the most impressive thing he learned over those years of working for U.S. Game and Fish. And he said early on, back in the 50s, they did a tagging program with blue-winged teal ducks. And you had to catch them on the other end. It wasn't like they had transmitters like they do nowadays. And he said in 6 days, they were contacted by the government in Brazil that they had netted 100 blue-winged teal ducks that had taken off 6 days earlier from Kansas City, Missouri. That's pretty damn impressive. Flying. Yeah, tired, achy. Yeah, something. Yeah, I don't feel for shit, to be honest with you. Yeah, Duck is, you know how much the crispy duck dinner is at PF Chang's? Guess how many calories are in the crispy duck dinner at PF Chang's? Take a guess. You may have remembered this from when I was down there in Fort Wayne. I've tried attracting hummingbirds here. They just don't come over here for some reason. 3,000, Grandma. 3,000. 2,900 actually, but close enough. That's because that's why it's crispy. It's fat. Yeah. Yep. Good night, Linda. Oh yeah, thank you. I'll be getting some better water videos now that I can figure out how to work this damn thing without everything coming in upside down. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Clarence. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, amazing flying. Yeah, I mean, it's. I just talked to Lacy. I don't know if you saw her interviews. She's really struggling down there and said that it's super slow and it's real. There's nobody around. I mean, nobody's working. I mean, you know, it's just you're getting these bullshit checks. They're supposed to keep you in the game. Yeah. 16, they say you qualify for $1,600. Yeah, big deal. I mean, that's better than a kick in the ass, but I mean, that's chump change, man. It is. Yeah, not like I think it's killing it, but for different reasons than you'd think, Virginia. It's killing it because the customers don't have money, not because of the disease. Yeah, it's a total ghost town. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Yeah, I love cicadas too. What is that? Every like 9 years or something they come out? Yeah, I mean that's what I glean from it. That's my take on it, and that's from talking to people. Oh, super intelligent, yeah. Yeah, you know, I ordered a new phone, which I got today. I just didn't feel good enough to want to fool with it. And I was talking to this lady was so really sharp. I ordered the phone from, just so well spoken, great conversation with her. And they have a huge office down in Chattanooga. I should have asked her how many employees, but I got the impression in talking to her like thousands. And they're not going back there. Everything's run out of their home. Nobody's, that office is, they're going to pay that lease until it expires, and that's it. And I read other articles where more and more people are not going to go into offices any longer. This has got to be just sending chills up the spines of commercial real estate venues. You know? Oh, wow. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it. Yeah. Oh, 17 years. Okay. All right. The world has changed, that's for sure. Yeah. It's a long time. Yeah. Long time. Yeah. I got to look this up. A guy was telling me about it the other day, and that's the acorns and how often they come up. It's not yearly. Not every tree produces acorns every year. It saves the company money. Yep. Oh, really? Hey, Daisy sleeping like a baby, yeah. Daisy, I'm always bragging how smart she is. But it's funny to watch Daisy when we get around some ice. And I'll walk out on the ice, like I drilled the holes today. And she looks at me like, you dumb son of a bitch. Don't you know that's not safe? And she'll come up and put her paw on it. And she'll run over fields and parking lots and anything else. But she's reluctant to get out in that ice. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, do it, Emily. Yeah, good. We'll support you on there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Foster system, sure. That'd be a good one. I tell people, start your channel. Start a channel. It's fun. Not too bad. She did, but not a lot. She wanted to go out about an hour ago. I wasn't even going to go out anymore. And I could tell she wanted to go for a ride in the car. No, that's a tool rental place, Jameson. That's not a cop. It's a tool rental outfit. Yeah. Hey, Brisky. Yeah, there's a lot to getting off the street. I mean, like I said earlier, like with Lacy and Sharon. Okay, let's say you're 40. You get your ID. You're off heroin. What do? You get a job for $10 an hour, and get an apartment. I mean, I'm not criticizing this, but what people don't think about is the plan B. This is a bad analogy, but it's something to think about. Is being 40 years old, working in a dollar store for $10 an hour, struggling to pay rent and not being on heroin, enough impetus to want to get off the street? Yes or no? It isn't like they walk into the world of leisure. I mean, everybody would agree, I think, that it's better to be off drugs. No, I didn't see that. A lot of people jump off the Zwocky Bridge. They keep it a secret. Same with the Mackinac Bridge. Same in Chicago. No, this is a hard known fact with municipalities, cities, that they don't want that being broadcast. No, I did not see that. Who reported that, by the way? Hey, Aircooled, how you doing? So my point is, for some people, that getting off drugs and prostitution, it isn't like they're, picking door number 2 and let's make a deal. It is common. It's true. It's true. How do you know about that? Where would you have known about that, Mary? They can, but yeah, it's hard to get. This ID thing is a problem. No, I know, Casey. Yep. Although if you look, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. These are large areas. Until you look up the square miles of the Bermuda Triangle, it's looking like you're going to go out there and all of a sudden you get sucked into some damn swirling toilet bowl of a death funnel. And when you look at the mileage involved, the distance, same with the national parks. These are huge, difficult terrain areas where it's easy to fall and slip and drown and every other damn thing. Makes sense to me. But it isn't like some vacuum is sucking them up or some mystery killers out there living underground killing tourists. You're right, Vern. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but this rehab, man, the rehab that these people get is a moneymaker. It's a Medicaid reimbursement. There's not enough follow-up. Just getting off drugs is one facet of changing your lifestyle. Having a place to go and a support system and getting away from where you were into drugs is huge. They don't have that. So you could go to rehab 50 times in the same area with the same dismal results. Golden Gate has a ton of jumpers. Yeah, big time. Yeah. Have you watched that documentary, The Bridge? Yeah, it's called The Bridge. Yeah. Other minds. And by the way, Klaus, you're not going to find that book on sale. You may get a couple bucks off from hardcover, but that guy that wrote that book just came out with a new book. It's in Barnes & Noble new releases now. But the dollar amount is stayed up. Another good book that's out is on eels, The Life of Eels. The guy in Australia, I think. Super fascinating. You know, the eels do the opposite of what salmon do. They live their lives in freshwater and breed in saltwater. Hey, Emily, how are you? Oh, really, Frisky? The Ambassador Bridge isn't high enough, Lana. You would have to drown. It's not a high enough place to get taken out as you hit the water. It's low. It's nothing like the San Francisco Bridge. The Ambassador Bridge is very low as well. You would drown there. But the San Francisco Bridge, you got a pretty good chance of getting killed when you hit the water. Big difference in height. A lot of people are jumping off that causeway that goes around Hoover Dam. Yeah, it's a good book. You can't get any deals on it. And actually, I looked at a couple chapters, and they weren't that well written. I hate to say that. It's not like I'm some expert, but I thought, fuck it. Yeah, not many. No. You go. Yeah, poor girl. You know, I know a guy that owns a fudge shop there, Air Cooled. They kept that Yugo in a warehouse there in Mackinac City for 4 years. Yeah, octopus are fantastic. I would love an octopus. Tell you another thing I'd like is a cuttlefish. But I learned in breeding birds, it's not up to me to keep things in cages. And I worked in a wildlife rehab. I think all these one-eyed, one-legged eagles and all this shit, I think they'd all be better off dead. It's just my opinion. And it's just from what I've observed. You take a one-eyed, one-legged bald eagle and stuff him in a cage and just have people gawk at him at the rest of his life. I don't know what he's thinking, but it's not like out there soaring around in the wild and interacting with other eagles. I don't know. It's not my call. I think all the killer whales would be better off with a bullet in their head than swimming in a swimming pool in San Diego or Disneyland. I'm totally against caging anything. I don't think it's right. It's not up to human beings. No, I've not seen that, Emily. No. Well, as human beings, you know, I was thinking about that today. You know, mankind thinks that they're entitled to the answer to everything. You know, that they should be able to figure this out. You know, it's like man developed from ape and monkey. I mean, I think there's similarities, but if we developed from the ape, why are there still apes? I mean, I'm joking. But I don't think you should be caging things. I mean, mankind has done such stupid shit. Look at the damage the Army Corps of Engineers done to the rivers. particularly the Kissimmee River in Florida. They've ruined that whole goddamn river. Now they'll sell it to you that the Mississippi is managed. You know, I'll tell you what it's managed for: commerce, not for the betterment of environment. Now here's the other thing too. Okay, we're human beings. We're trying to interact with Mother Nature. I don't put a target on the head of every farmer that has cow poop run off into the water table. It's just, you know, this is going to happen. You need to work with these people. I mean, it's like, you know, if you're a big-titted MILF that lives with a billionaire in Birmingham and you don't have anything to do because you had a nanny raise those two brats you call your children, in between shopping sprees, you think it's just terrible that they should kill wolves in the UP. It's because you got nothing else to do. You don't have the faintest fucking idea what it's like to have wolves go in and eat every baby chicken you have and kill every lamb and calf and every other damn thing you're trying to make a living on, because you don't live in that environment. So there's two sides to every story, and it's hard to not be biased in one fashion or another. You know, it's just, you know, equitable remedies. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, Stacy's. I think what I hang my hat on, though, is that it's proven pigs are smarter than dogs. And look at the right that people invoke for dogs. But yet they slaughter all the pigs. So if pigs are smarter than dogs, and you see them going down the highway in a trailer when it's 20 degrees out, you can't tell me they don't know what's coming. And I got a little problem with that. Because they're aware something's up. Okay, yeah, I would believe that, Casey. Yeah, that would. Well, yeah, don't ever think that deer or salmon or pheasants or duck or any of that shit is anything other than commerce. It's not for the welfare of the animals. That's the way they sell it to the public, but it's really about income. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get some better ones. I finally figured out how to work that camera without touching this display before I snap the back of the case down. No, pigs are smarter than dogs, for sure. Watch the movie Babe. That's not an exception. 30-minute orgasms, no shit. Wow. Yeah, Daisy likes chasing things. Yeah, are you into bees now? Are you doing the old Langstroth, or are you into a Warray hive? That's another thing, that beekeepers have sold themselves as good stewards to Mother Nature with this pollination horse shit. Another big lie. Oh, come on, Grandma. You know what it stands for. Yeah, watch the movie Babe. No shit. Yeah, you know, part of that air cooled, though, I think it's software that's canned in there that kind of makes it. I mean, I think let's put it this way. I think it looks better than it does if you were underneath there with some goggles. I mean, it looks cool, but I think it's enhanced. I haven't done any lately, but I'm gone. Yeah, bees. I had a problem with them up here. Hey, that girl, how you doing? Bees are fascinating. Turkeys, super intelligent. No, only domestic turkeys. That is a damn rumor, Lana. Only domestic turkeys, not wild turkeys. Wild turkeys are super smart. Domestic turkeys are not. Yeah, I mean they're smart, but they need a human intervention to live. Yeah, 4-year-old child. That's right. Yeah. Is Emily having a meltdown? No, they're not. No, it's not. Golden Retriever's not the smartest. There's a bunch of dogs smarter than the Golden Retriever. It depends on the dog itself, not the breed. Oh, sorry about that, Christine. Oh, sorry about that. Why don't you do a GoFundMe for them? Yeah, wild turkeys are super smart. Vultures are super intelligent birds. They haven't changed in 90 million years. Neither is the opossum. It's pretty impressive when there's no change in that kind of timeline. I got into it with one of my neighbors for shooting a possum. Fucking pissed me off. Yeah, do a GoFundMe for them, Christine. It's a legitimate cause. That's sad. Worked their whole life at a bakery. It's not like it's easy work, and they're barely hanging in there. Where's that bakery located? What state? Yeah, possums are smart. Yeah, raccoons are too. Yeah. Oh, Malamute, that's cool. Oh, he paints. I didn't know about his painting. Yeah, there's a lot of ways, Emily. Just get out there and get in the mix. You can meet some people, you know. Oh, well, hang in there. You just got to get out and like get in good environments, you know. Do you vaccinate them yourself, Faye? For what? The swine flu? They're good survivors, though. Anything that can live 90 million years with no change, proud. And they don't get rabies. Possums do not get rabies. Elephants do not get cancer. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. They're good. Give them dog food. I paid to have a hip replaced on a possum. Had to keep it for almost 3 months. Cost me $620 35 years ago. Nope. Oh, thanks, Kat. Oh, really? Yeah, that reminds me of conspiracy theorists. Almost all of them have like a major screw loose. Yeah, why the iron shots? For what reason? Oh, they're a cool surviving animal. They don't bite either, by the way. And that playing possum is involuntary. They can't help it. Average age of a possum is just a month short of 2 years. There's magazines on them, associations, because they're constantly getting screwed over. I just fed it until his hip got better, and I let it go in a park where actually that park where I take Daisy running. Yeah, I got a ticket for that damn pulling over and picking up that possum by a cop, but I got it dismissed. Yeah, they're all stupid. Yeah, I canceled my TV. Good night, Dan. Yeah, man. There's a guy over where I went to that spring today. It's a husky or a malamute or something. He's outside. Beautiful dog. How old you say you are, Emily? Yeah, they get a high mortality rate. You know, they don't have any really decent defense mechanism. They're great scavengers too. Yeah. Oh, 26. Oh, you got a lot of time, Emily. Yeah, intuition's not accurate though. What's this Rafig talking about? Crazy fucker. Good night, James. Hey, Amy, how you doing? You're up late tonight. Watch The Wrestler or No Country for Old Men or The Shining. Yeah, they do. Yeah, dehydration will get you. That's a great movie. Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. Oh, you're still off work. Oh, okay, that girl. You have a follow-up appointment in Chelsea? Yeah, it's too bad, maybe. Yeah, I love that movie, Casey. Yeah, I did. I love that movie. It came out in 2007. I saw it in January of 2008. I remember I walked to the movie theater in Chicago, walked back along the lake. Oh, in a month? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was such great acting, though. No, I know it's different from the movie. Yeah. Oh, really, Christine? Oh, okay. Oh, that's good, Emily. Oh, okay. Danny, he's a school teacher. He's a school teacher, Christine. Cute girls. See, I'm not answering a restricted phone call. It'd keep the economy going, I'll tell you that. Oh, that's good, Casey? Yeah, isn't that cool? Look at that. I just finally got that thing to work right today, Amy. I'll be getting a lot of better ones. Actually, I bought that with the idea of uh, doing underwater Great Lake ice, but we just haven't had much. But at least I know how to work it now. Yeah, thanks, Adair. Isn't that the truth? Wow, 45. What's your temperature, CVX? Oh, no kidding, Emily. Wow. Yeah, I got that Stephen King book on writing. I haven't read it yet, but I plan on it. Oh, that's interesting, Christine. Huh. Oh, okay. Oh, you think so, Amy? Amy, does your dad fly at all anymore? Yeah, it's changed. You missed the good old days, the 70s and the 80s intellectual. Nah, it's wrecked. Red Room, yeah. Excellent movie. Yeah. You see old Dr. Phil exploit the hell out of Shelley Duvall. There's a YouTube video on it. There is one big super jerk. Oh, wow, bubbles. He really is. Oh, no kidding, Christine. Okay. Yeah, and that's something, Grandma. Poor Shelley. What a crappy way to treat her. Good night, Jeff. You party all night. Flying's pretty safe though, Amy. Tell them to fly up here to West Branch. Take me flying. Yep, that's me. Yep, that's my address. Come on up here. Come on up here. Gonna have to make a new one though. That's some impressive information you came up with. You must have Googled it. You ain't gonna do shit, you faggot. You're too big a pussy. Yeah, I just blocked you. Some weirdo ain't doing shit. You weren't such a pussy, you'd use your regular phone number and call me. That's the kind of chicken shit you are. Nah, it's just some fake tough guy out there. I could care less. I dare somebody to come up here to my address. I don't think they got enough balls. That's why they go and write it on a chat and block their number. Probably sucking each other off right now. I heard from Lacy tonight. No, that ain't happening. They don't have enough balls to show their real number. Hey Zach, how you doing? They're just idiots, man, acting tough. They don't have enough balls to come up here. That's why they do shit like that. Next, they're going to be ringing my doorbell and running and putting toilet paper in the trees. Fake paper tigers. Blonde girl, did a rap song, yeah. Real personable. Yeah, private numbers. It speaks volumes about him. He's probably riding a big dildo right now, strapped to his seat. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, these guys are a bunch of pussies, Vern. They don't have enough balls to use their real number to show up. It's like high school. Maybe they'll soap my window, write "fuck you" on my window or something and run. No, they're super stupid bobbles. Fake tough guys. Probably got little peeners. Live with their mom. They can't stand the thought that nobody watches their boring channels. The D's, the do's, the does. I ain't got none. Just dumber than a box of rocks. No, she's been around a while, Lacy. Yeah, just put her name in the search box. Yeah, people are crazy. Fake tough guys. It's a tool rental place, Ryan. They don't have a working car. They can't afford a bus ticket up here. They wouldn't come up here anyway. Just closet tough guys. Probably that Ollie in Prince Edward Island, that old pig. Probably got a birthday card with a $10 phone card on there so she could call and stalk into a different country. Oh, Wackadoo, he's actually a good guy. He's supposedly living with his parents in Ecorse because they don't trust him out on his own. Yeah, probably in UK or Canada. Yeah, it's probably true. Thank you interviews. Yeah, I do them. Yeah, I got a lot of packages. I don't want any more either. I've been telling people since August, please do not send me anything. No, it's just a personality bubbles. They're miserable people, failures, flunkies, losers in every facet of life, and they're hostile on top of it. Yeah, they're not going to do shit except sit back and watch. I mean, you got grown adults that are going on channels because they have nothing else to do. Nobody watches their channel. They're living with their mom or their parents. They're just losers in life and they're pissed off and they're jealous of everything someone does that they've been unable to do. They're too fucking dumb to have a chat. I mean, what are they going to talk about? D dumb, do dumb, jolly green giant. I mean, after the 15 minutes of their first chat, they shot their wad with their knowledge. They're stupid. So they got to revert into stalking. And if I had kids, they call up, say I wasn't taking care of them. And there's nothing else left for them to do. Yep. I never realized it, but Andy Gibb died of endocarditis from cocaine use. Did you guys know that? The natural blonde. You got to be kidding, Emily. You switched your picture lately, didn't you, Emily? Sarah died, Kelly's daughter. Yeah, no kidding. Yep. A douchebag? Yeah, I could go along with that. It kind of sums it up. I got a day off school one time for calling somebody a douchebag. Yeah, douchebag. Nobody uses those anymore, do they? I read an article one time. This is like a long time ago, like maybe 40 years ago or something. And I brought it up to some girl I knew, and she said that it's unhealthy. Yeah, it was Flat Rock High School. I got another day off when they did they did some kind of organ graft or something from a monkey to a person, maybe a heart valve or something, or a pig to a person or some shit like that. And they're talking about the person and how they're doing and blah blah blah. And I asked how the pig was doing. I got a day off for that too. Emily, I say go back to blonde. Leave it blonde. Yeah, that's true, Bubbles. Yeah, that's true. I mean, what's interesting to me, I'm curious about is breast enhancements with women. I mean, guys, that'd be a no-brainer. If guys were going out there and they were getting another 4 inches tacked on their schlong, that makes sense because I know how guys are. But I'm a little bit surprised on women and wanting to make their boobs bigger. They always use the excuse they look better in dresses and that kind of thing. Maybe that's true, but that's not why most of the women I know that got enhancements got them. And I'm just a little bit surprised in the different in the intellect with women and men. Making your pecker bigger, guys. That makes 100% sense. Guys are stupid like that, but women I'm surprised about. Oh, no kidding, Amy. Wow. That's true. You're probably right, Grandma. There's an element of truth to that. Yeah. No, I know, but I'm just saying if I'm using the example if it wasn't fake. But if guys could go out and get 4 inches added to their rod, I think they'd all be doing it, except me. And it would make sense if you're a guy and you know how guys talk. But I'm a little bit, I don't want to say disappointed in women, but I'm a little bit surprised that as many women do it. Yeah, it's a little bit surprising to me. It did change your mind, huh, Amy? Yeah, ego driven, Grandma. Yeah. Yeah, self pride. But it seems like a guy behavior to me, not a female behavior. Yeah, that's what they say. I don't buy that, Casey. Yeah, but I think the breast reductions, I think that's at least the ones that I'm aware of were like back problems, just a couple big saggy tits that you couldn't contain in a bra. I mean, if that was a big, beautiful, Hall of Fame set of knockers, they wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. They're talking about just two big giant blabs of 10-pound fat. It's not like, world-class tits. Way to go, Air Cold. Yeah. You're celibate by choice? Okay. There'd be an argument for that, probably Babylon. Yeah, there'd be an argument for that. Yeah, Babylonian. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about psychopaths, but narcissists, I go along with. Yeah, Pamela Anderson. Yeah, she was. I know a guy that met her in her 20s and said you would not believe how beautiful her skin was. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that new Lions coach. I don't really know too much about him. Seems like another bottom barrel, untested loser. Just kind of a weird hire. But everybody else is locked up in a contract. That's the problem they had with Harbaugh. Yeah, she had a terrible set of fake boobs too. Just they didn't look good at all. She was such a pretty woman. Who are you talking about, Amy? Who's this? For a female, it is. I don't think it's that way for women. Yeah, ass implants. That's true. Yeah, no, I believe it's true. Yeah. Hey, Margaret, how you doing? Yeah. Hey, Kay, how you doing? Never saw you in a chat before. How's it going? Yeah. You know, it can work either way, but what good did it do her, Proud Babylon? What good did it? Where did it get her? Oh, sorry about that, Amy. No, no. He gave you his number. Did you call him? Probably not after you saw that schlong. Hey, Margaret, how you doing? Yeah, it's good, Kay. Glad to have you. I do this once in a while. We're solving the world's problems. Yeah, she was an attractive woman. So was Heather Locklear. So was Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island, who, by the way, died from COVID. Um, Sarah died, Kelly's daughter. Yeah, we done. You'll see a lot of videos on her. It's Kelly, Kelli. Yeah, I just put up a couple photos of them recently. I'm not going to tell you how I know Kay, but I've known Kay a while. Yeah, no. See, Bobbles, that's a perfect example where they'll say it doesn't matter, it's more in the mind. That's absolute nonsense. You women need to quit bullshitting yourself. I mean, there's a minimum requirement, just like a credit card. A $5 purchase. It's the same thing with pecker size. I don't know, Amy. To tell you the truth, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Turn you off, didn't it, Bobbles? That's one of the things that you hear from people. It's just bullshit. I'll give you an example. I was at a fitness show one time when I first moved down to Florida, and there was a guy named Barry LeMay, Lemay. Good looking son of a bitch. This guy looked like should have been on the front of GQ, world class bodybuilder. And women say, I don't like bodybuilders. Their muscles are too big, this kind of horseshit. There were women lined up a mile deep to pay $20 to get his autograph. Actually, I knew a lesbian and I got him to sign a thing to her. Even though she was a lesbian, she thought he was super hot. But, they'll talk about bodybuilders and, it's disgusting and these muscles are too big. Well, I was there. Thank you, Bobbles. Yeah. The voice of truth. If Bobbles is honest, it does matter. Better believe it does. Now, I don't need a set of candy samples knockers, but I don't think I could deal with A cup. Yeah, a lot of them are straight guys that do gay porn too, Zach. Yeah. No, at least you called it like you saw it, Bombs. Yeah. It does matter to a certain degree. That's well put, Proud. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'd interview Bubbles. Bubbles is telling the truth. Thank you, Proud. Yeah. There was a lady, I had a building down here I rented for a while. This lady's kind of a plain Jane. She was on the fringe of an extra at a couple of Hollywood movies. She was in one with Kevin Costner, just kind of an extra type deal. And she got married late and she married this guy here. I met her husband. Good looking son of a bitch. I mean, this guy looked like he had been on the front of GQ. The problem is he's 5 feet tall. There's another guy up here that just ran for sheriff. From the waist up, this guy looks like he ought to be a Chippendale. It's about 4'11". It's an absolute killer. Oh, bigger, definitely bigger, Amy. Bigger. Let me tell you this, Amy. This is just a cheap litmus test, okay? Don't believe it, I tell you. You can do your own empirical observation. You guys know empirical observation is where you spend some time just observing. You don't believe into the bias and the subjectivity of people that are promoting a preference. So here's my example to you. Just go into a topless bar, or if you had the algorithms on the hits of porno movies, and just look at the difference in the attention that's garnered from big tits to small tits. It's like huge. As Donald Trump would say, huge. Big difference. I met Kevin Costner when he was doing that movie, Something in the Bottle, Message in a Bottle. Hell of a good guy. Real skinny beanpole, though. His waist is the same size as his shoulders. It's like 6'5" or something like that. Real charmer, though. Well, Bobbles, you have reached another level in my mind for being so honest. Yeah, that G spot doesn't come around that long, Lana. I like driving, Mike. I like driving. Yeah. Do you think I drive around because I don't like driving? Now, I'd rather have personally me, I'd rather have a rockin' body and a plain Jane than a pretty face and no tits. This pretty face thing, it is attractive and it's not, but I'd rather have a rockin' body. No, he's skinny as a beanpole. Shoulders are the same size as his hips. That's possible, Grandma. That's possible. Yeah. I don't know anything about that G spot. I mean, I read about it a little bit. I don't research or check into things too much I'm not interested in. Any women that I've ever asked about it, they said it was a bunch of horse shit. Oh, that's all right, Emily. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, don't let them villain. I mean, you should be careful and prudent in sex, but don't let people villainize it. It's to enjoy. I'd rather have a rockin' body. I don't care what their face looked like with a rockin' body. They had nice skin and great body and good personality. That face shit, it doesn't do shit. Boob for sure. Boob for sure. Absolutely sure. You can ask me. I'll spell it out. I'll tell you like it is. I think that G spot's a bunch of bullshit. Bobbles, I don't know. She reads a lot. She's intelligent. Bobbles, what's the deal with that G spot? You ever hit yours or not? Yeah. Oh, it does? It does? Yeah. I mean, I know people that say it exists. I never hit one, I'll tell you that. Not that I know of. What's it do? Just cover the whole mattress in fluid? Knock over a lamp? I mean, what the fuck is it? Do they chip their teeth when they're having an orgasm? I don't know much about it. Now you're talking air cooled. There'll be a much bigger pool of possibilities. No, only when you're by yourself. Yeah, but you're telling the truth. You're going to get an A+ for integrity and honesty and promoting values here on this chat. Oh, okay. Wow, where's Frisky? She ought to know something about this. We cover it all. Yeah, well, it's kind of similar. I mean, eel, G-spot, penis length. Oh, come on, Mike. You're talking crazy now. No, now proud. Now that I believe. That's all right, Grandma. You ever think of just blowing the dust off that old thing? Oh, Bubbles say it like it is. No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, keep them on. Yeah, I don't know. There used to be a girl in porn named Fallon, Fallon. I guess people are really into it, These are the kind of things that you waste so much time on in a relationship. I mean, that's why I think they got these dating sites backwards. If you talked about the sexual shit up front, now you're getting somewhere. But society just doesn't work that way. And then after you got into what makes you come, do you like big dicks, small dicks, whatever? You got through all that 100 questions. Then you get down to the part about culture and art and concerts and painting and walks on the beach and all that bullshit that you talked about before and wasted all that time. Because if you think about when you're dating and you're really into certain shit and you're not into other things, there's no way without coming across as a lunatic to broach this early on a dating site. So although dating sites are a way to meet people, The good shit that's really going to determine whether the attraction's going to fly or not, you're afraid to discuss. So you got to piss away 2 years to find out this girl doesn't give good head, or tits are fake, or, if you don't hit her G spot, she's breaking up with you. This is my whole point. They need to change their thinking on these dating sites. Just get to the bottom line. I think what your favorite book is should be last, not at the beginning. They should have a check mark for breast augmentation. And if you didn't like that, you could check it, and that would save so much time. Can you imagine blowing, 6 months only to see those knockers were fake? That's not good. The idea is to get people hooked up long term that are mutually attractive, not to have some bombshell waiting behind a padded bra. What's wrong with it, man? Right on, Frisky. You doing anything next weekend? Fucking A. The problem is, by the time we realize this, it's over. We spell it out, Emily. Burn knows. Yeah, natural boobs for sure. Yeah, I don't like fake breasts. I don't. I got surprised on those 2 times. It totally turned me off. I might as well have reached down there and grabbed a big cock. The minute I found out those were fake, man, it just didn't interest me at all. It's like you pulled the plug. It's coming. Yeah, you're right, Zach. It's true. Oh, you're crazier than hell, Superwoman. That's not true. That's why women can have anal sex. It's not that big a deal. Guys, it's painful, and it's because of that prostate gland. That's the difference. That's the difference, the prostate gland. When you're doing a rectal exam as a physician on a female, it's like, oh, is that your big finger or your little finger? She doesn't give a shit either way. But you slip that pinky up a guy's butt on a prostate exam, and he's about ready to hit the roof. Because of that prostate. Yeah, a huge difference. I haven't talked to Becky in months. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like fake boobs. That's cost me a couple relationships over the years. What can I say? You want me to lie about it? I'd rather have a big old saggy tit than a fake one. Maybe a gay guy, Superwoman. Maybe a gay guy, but not a straight guy. Yeah, I don't like him. It just does something to my mind, I just think there might be a one night in Bangkok. It's hard. It's not. They're getting better. And they go in from the side, and the nipples don't look so fake like they did it. It's just not for me. Hopefully, if the rest of my life works out, I'll never squeeze another fake tit again. I think the odds are in my favor. I can usually spot them through clothes. Oh, I believe that, Emily. Older guys are always going to be attracted to young women. It's just the way it is. Younger women are beautiful. I mean, their skin, don't be offended by it. No, some women like it. Some women like it. Yeah, no, I got a buddy of mine's a doctor, and he claims there's something with sperm and anal sex. And I said, you're full of shit, man. There's nothing to support that. And I just happened to catch an article on the internet the other day that said anal sex was fine. It's no problem at all. So this guy needs to reread this medical journal. That's all right, Sock. Just hang in there. It's kind of like a foreign language until you've been around a while. Oh, Lana. Lana's still got a bunch of hormones on fire. Yeah, you're right, Proud. Yeah. Now we're thinking about you interested? Would you be more interested, Sock, if it was a training channel? It's true, Bobbles. Yeah, that's exactly right. You're right. Yeah. They say there's never a harder job you'll have in your life than marrying for money. I've read that, but I'm not so sure I believe that, Casey. I've never had anybody tell me that. Superwoman might know. Superwoman, do you know anything about orgasm and anal sex? No, you're right, Proud. It's true. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's all right, Superwoman. That's what that baloney's for. It's better than making a sandwich out of it. Oh, you like older? How old are you, dear? Oh, there you go, Bobbles. Yeah, there's guys out there that are into that, Emily. Yeah, yeah, it is a little weird. And you like women older than you, Adair? Are you kidding me? You're lucky they're still alive. Do you check their heartbeat first so you don't get a charge with murder? Yeah, I think that's what we should evolve this chat into eventually is that we just iron out all this shit and get it all spread out and no errors. You know where everybody's coming from. Finally get to the bottom line. I mean, why not? Here's the thing, there's a protocol for this. There is. You know, if you push this sex shit too soon, you're dead meat. You're blown right out of the water. It's subtle. It's an art. It's a gift. When to bring it up, how much, when to shut the hell up. And if you can navigate those channels properly, you're probably going to knock out a lot of ass. If you're ignorant, you can't take a subtle hint, then you're probably just going to be a single guy beating your meat to porn all the time. But if you're subtle and you know how to extract this information in the right way, you're going to get the answers to your questions. Really, like I said, there's a protocol. That's why all these kooks and nut jobs that try to get a hold of me through YouTube, I ignore because I'm not that stupid. If I was some super good looking guy and I was walking through the grocery store and 3 or 4 times a week, some attractive woman came up and said, "Hey, are you available?" Well, then maybe I would think this was a reality, but it never happens. Never is going to happen. So when I get a nut job coming at me through YouTube, I avoid it like the plague. My radar's on. And that's because, just like I got done saying, it doesn't meet the confines of the protocol. It's not normal. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I just haven't gotten around to doing it, Casey. Yeah. Women give different signals. That's exactly right. Like, let me give you an example. Like, we're talking with Bobbles tonight, and she's talking about anal sex and dick size and all that kind of shit. If I'd have brought any of that stuff up the first day or two after she came on the chat, she'd have probably said, this guy's weird. You know, he's talking about sex, anal sex. I don't even know him. But enough time went by and enough people have come in the chat to where she feels comfortable that she's not going to be slaughtered over telling the truth. It's met the protocol. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Yeah, that can happen, bro. Yeah, it can happen. Yeah. The Bobbles would be a good counselor. Yeah. Well, tonight it did, Vern. That's the beauty of a chat with people that have been around a while. I mean, you can talk about these things without thinking it's a pervert channel. Oh yeah, you say that now. That's because there's no way of testing it, Bubbles. There's no way of testing it. It's water over the dam. We can't unring the bell. So you're smart enough to take advantage of that now when it can't happen any longer. Good, Patricia. How you doing? Well, that's good, Sock. No, I agree, Faye. Absolutely, totally true. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Absolutely, totally true. Fucking A. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I should have caught that on my own. Bobbles, you have been elevated to moderator unanimously. Well, you're using the right nomenclature, Vern. Definitely. Totally true, Frisky. Oh yeah, yeah. Now you can thank Faye. I mean, I would have done it eventually anyway, but she brought it to my attention. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Proud. It's true. Because it's blood to blood contact. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. 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 You're a true pervert now, Bubbles. You've joined the rest of us. I have not heard from May, no. And you know, she called me from her dead boyfriend's phone number. And I looked for the number, I couldn't find it. Now, if it was a young piece of ass on the line, I'd have found it a long time ago. But I half-ass looked, didn't find it, and hoping she contacts me. Hey, Frederick, how you doing? Oh, I've heard something like that, Frederick. Yeah. It's blood. It's the blood to blood contact, though. Proud is what does it. It's the blood to blood contact. There's also a lot of nerve endings. Yeah, she's okay, definitely. She's got family with money. She lives in a house right next to a sister. She may be sucking a couple less dicks right now, but I'm sure she's doing fine. Yeah, I believe that, Brown. Yeah, yeah. That was the big issue with HIV transmission. Yeah, yeah. She's definitely. I know she is. I should look harder, but I expected. I keep expecting to hear from her any day. Tweety logged on the other day. She's moving to Austin, Texas, to be with her boyfriend. Yeah, right. The eggplant. Yeah, it really wrecked her. Lifestyle and this. She's a germaphobe. She was thinking she was going to catch this shit when nobody had it yet. Yeah, yeah. I think she's fine. Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I don't really know that, but she's smart and has a lot of resources. Why wouldn't she be? Yeah, that's all right, bro. I know where you were coming from. Yeah, May's cool. Yeah. Yeah, Tweety was great. Yeah, Tweety's sharp. Yeah. Rob Leverne. Yeah. I don't have any anymore. I got rid of them, but I had them all the macaws, Amazons, plumhead parakeets, cockatoos, you name it. It's a big mistake. I got out of it right before the market collapsed.
deleting a couple of messages.
Oh, Bobbles, out of 10, how would you rate Penetrex? The Bengay shit. Yeah, it's cool. I got it, Predator. Got a girl, Bobbles. I'm looking forward to it. I like the winter, though. I just wish we get a legitimate winter instead of this bullshit.
No way am I.
Good for you, Emily. Oh, good for you, Bobbles. Good. Yeah, it's worth it. I think the same thing. Yeah. And you can't get any cheaper. Maybe you get $1 off. You order 5 of them on Amazon. They used to have a deal where if you gave them a positive review on YouTube, they'd send you a free one. She's still, struggling. I'm going to talk to her tomorrow. Business is slow. Like she says, you go to rehab, a shitty rehab. You get out, you still don't have a job, don't have a car. The fact of the matter is, a lot of these women, went through a lot of their productive years, and they're getting on the backside of pulling a rabbit out of a hat. So even though you get off dope, you're not hustling, you're not a working girl, there's not much left, even if you're off dope. This is the problem. Amy, have you ever been married? No, she's never been clean. No, no. Well, I shouldn't say that. She was clean when she was in prison, but no, she's back out. Same shit, crack and heroin. Oh, you're divorced. Oh, okay. Any kids, Amy? Oh, okay. No, you're lucky. Yeah, I believe it, Casey. Yeah, yeah. Oh, were you, Emily? No kidding. Oh, wow. No kidding, Emily. Wow. Yeah, I think boneyard's so-so. I don't really like beef ribs as good as pork. Yeah, okay, class. Yeah, thanks a lot. Good talking to you. Thank you. Amy, you think you'd ever get married again? Yeah, I think a genetic predisposition. Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah. It's what gets you there before you try your first shot. Well, that's good. You got a positive attitude about it. Huh? Which one you missing, Lana? Oh, are you, Amy? Oh, no, Eric, go see anybody? I talked to Lacy. She was down there at Aldi's eating. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Yeah, it's dead down there. Oh, okay. That's right, Spice. Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah. You know, the more you know about it, the more you realize that's a possibility. I never watched either one of those shows, bro. That's right, Superwoman does. Yeah. That happens, Brown. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got a lot of lunatics. There you go, coward. It'll get you in a good mood. Yeah, that does a lot of damage to your cardiovascular system, Emily. I bet he doesn't live to a ripe old age. Oh, Spice. Okay, so you're aware of it. Yeah, it'll take you out. Look at Robin Williams, Michael J. Fox, Kurt Gibson, Bob Probert. Cocaine use. Yeah, it's really is tough on your heart. It's accumulative too. Yeah, congratulations, Superwoman. Yeah, it's a bad life. Yeah, 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 big time. Yes. You look at these people with Parkinson's and their cocaine use for sure. It's true, Spice. Yeah, 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 for sure. Plenty other examples. Kurt Gibson. You're right, Spice. No shit. No, tons of coke. I hate to think of it, son. Yeah, well, the numbers are going down. You know, they're doing the right protocol. These restaurants were a main problem. Hi, honey. One less dragon's milk. Hi, honey. Making myself a sandwich. Good night, Lana. You going to bed, Superwoman? Well, I think I'm going to sign off here too, guys. I'm going to go to bed. Bye. You guys have a good night. It's a good chat tonight. You never know when you get on, particularly late, how it's going to turn out. It's a good one. Thanks for the great moderation. Good night, Faye. Night, Bobble, Superwoman, Emily. Amy, you still out there partying? Yeah, I made myself a sandwich. Good night, Spice. Yeah, have a good day at work tomorrow, Amy. Tell boss here you don't have COVID. Good night, Frederick. Yeah, night owl is the way to go, you know. Good night, Emily. You're cold. I don't know if you're still out there. Frisky, good night. Yeah, it was a good time tonight. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good, Amy. Yeah, it'll be all right for you. Valparaiso. Yeah, thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. Super, you tell him, Superwoman. Good night, Sock. Yep, thanks. All right, have a good day tomorrow, you guys. Daisy, ready to go to bed?